National Budget Secretary Abando said the signing of the 2015 General Appropriations Act marks the 5th consecutive year of the national budget's timely enactment. Abando said it cements the administration's spending program for rapid, long-term, and inclusive development. Other details from Freddie Abando.
With the President's signing of the 2015 General Appropriations Act amounting to 2.606 trillion pesos, government spending, especially for key infrastructure projects, will commence as early as January 1st next year. Spending was restrained for 2014. Its impact was the sluggish growth of the economy, which registered 5.8% for the first 3 quarters of the year. Reforms in the budget process is expected to pick up the utilization of resources for next year's budget directed to the expansion of the economy and social protection benefits towards inclusive growth.
That will mean faster provision of public goods and social services, which in turn would mean our ability to effectively implement our poverty reduction as well as economic expansion programs. The impact of Yolanda Rehab and Reconstruction, the impact of an increased budget, 15%. On top of all this, the impact of the execution and implementation of PPP projects, the beneficial effect of very low oil prices and therefore low inflation. So all of this, I think, will come together, plus increasing FDIs. We hit our target end of September, so very likely, I think, the surge will continue on into 2015. And then, of course, tourism receipts, improvements further in manufacturing capacity. So it's going to be a good year, 2015.
Social protection programs to include the conditional cash transfer program amounting to 62.3 billion pesos will be sustained. Universal health care or PhilHealth coverage for 15 million families will cost 37 billion pesos. These programs are the core of the government's anti-poverty programs.
We are really grounding the growth to long-term growth drivers. We are at the same time investing heavily in education, in health, in basic infrastructure that are really the foundations of sustained growth. And then we're looking at key sectors of the economy like tourism, agriculture, industry, especially the subsector of manufacturing, as the sectoral drivers of growth. All we need to do is broaden that growth. Do not limit it to 3 regions of Luzon, and bring that growth further to the northern Mindanao, to central Visayas, western Visayas, where the potential for expansion are great.
However, UNA spokesperson Congressman Toby Tiangco expressed concern these items in the budget could be used to build up the administration's presidential bet for the 2015 national elections. Abando said there is no basis for Tiangco's concerns since the 2 programs have been implemented since the president assumed office in 2010.
If it benefits the president's candidate in 2016, it is just a consequence. It's not the principal objective. Any incumbent administration that does well will go into an election with an advantage that it's something that it naturally gains, and you don't even have to plan for it. If you do well, people will appreciate it, and they will say, well, those reforms have to continue.
In the meantime, Secretary Abando said 21.7 billion pesos will address the reconstruction and rehabilitation of Yolanda-devastated areas. 7.9 billion pesos from the supplemental budget signed by the President will cover the construction of permanent housing for survivors of Yolanda. With only 16 months left in the President's term, Abando stressed the Aquino government is on track to deliver its commitment of inclusive growth, the reduction of poverty incidence to 16%.
We brought it down by 3% first semester of 2013. We are investing much more since 2013, so there's no reason that if the trend continues, we should be able to bring it down to less than 16% by the time we end.
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.